Wesdola Sura. I am Seraphis, the Down Under Space Pirate. And what's this? Another video? You mean I got off my butt and decided to put more effort into this vid stuff? More like something came along and gave me a reason to do something again. So, do you like medieval warriors in armor? Do you like magically enchanted firearms? Do you like motorcycles? Well, have I got a setting for you? Straight off the press from Monty Cook Games comes their new setting book, Gunslinger Knights. So, let's roll out! So, straight off the bat, I'm going to say this. This is a setting book, so my format of covering this like a white book is not going to work, because I always skip over the setting. Yeah, that ain't going to work here. Next is kind of a biggie in that when MCG do a setting, they effectively change the rules of the Cypher system one way or another. The thing is, and what I really haven't gone into detail about with the Cypher system, is that that's what you're meant to do. It's a system. You define how the system works when you create a game for Cypher. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna need to do a video about this at some point. So, okay, well, sit back, relax, and feel the G's as we drive into Gunslinger Knights. Now, a barren wasteland of broken crags with dust blowing across. In the distance, a massive cyclone-like storm rages, spewing out monstrous horrors as much as gale force winds. Suddenly, a quad of motorcycles race past, their riders in full plate armor with a duster coat over the top, and each one with a drawn gun, 2 revolvers, a shotgun, and a rifle. Their weapons glow with unknown arcana. The knights atop their crafted steeds are fueled by oaths of honor. They are the Gunslinger Knights of Sankara. So, this setting presents us with a world torn asunder. It's stated flat out, this is not Earth. This world, Sankara, once belonged to a highly intelligent aquatic species whose civilization fell. Humans came to Sankara after their own world was attacked by the horrors of the crawling deep, the multiversal cosmic hell that even demons from hell would fear to whisper. While many others would come to call Sankara home, it was the humans who found Castle True atop the Stairway Across Souls, and it is from here that the Gunslinger Knights arm themselves and ride out in their crusade to push back the horrors of the crawling deep to save Sankara and all the worlds before the crawling deep can win this eternal war by attrition. In Gunslinger Knights, you take on the role of a human knight of Castle True. You are armed with a blessed weapon, which is forged from a piece of the dreamed blade every time the great smiths of Castle True craft a new blessed weapon for a knight. This weapon takes the form of that which most serves and suits your knight, and will not work for anyone else, unless you will it. The knights ride out on crafted steeds, Arcana tech-made motorcycles of all shapes and designs, usually built on a principle of that knight's followed order. Unique to Gunslinger Knights is that both a knight's blessed weapon and crafted steed both have progression tiers. They increase in powers and abilities as the knight does. While all Knights of Castle True work together, they are separated by the 6 Founders' Orders. The Legacy of Forest specialize in mastery of their crafted steeds. The Legacy of Beryl specialize in mastery of their blessed weapons. The Legacy of Argon specialize in being the bulwark, the shield that defends the innocent. The Legacy of Oran exemplify themselves with unfaltering devotion to their oath to the point of laying down their lives. The Legacy of Lithia researched the dark magics of the crawling deep to turn that power against itself. And the Legacy of Cobalt exemplify themselves with incredible feats and deeds that they are willing to go through. While Castle True rallies all knights, each order has a priory or commandery out in the wilds that not only serves as a safe place while knights are outside of the protection of Castle True, but also serve as training grounds specific to each order's ideal. Okay, enough story time. Let's break down some mechanics. A knight is made up of a sentence, just like in any Cypher game, But what's different is that on top of the typical I'm a descriptor type who foci, you also have an oath. Okay, so there are 6 new descriptors: fearless, gallant, grim-faced, noble, stalwart, and trailblazing. If you're already familiar with how descriptors work, you can guess what's in these. Next is types, and yes, Gunslinger Knights has reworked the types for Cypher System uh, 2 for their setting. Only 3 though: the Juggernaut, the Tough Knight, the Wayfarer, the Sneaky Knight, and the Stormbringer, the Magic Knight. Uh, Again, if you're familiar with MCG's other settings like Perdition, you can probably guess how these have changed. After that is Foci, which presents 6 new foci, each one themed around the 6 orders of the setting. Either you carry the banner or you serve the legacy. Uh, However, if you it does give a few suggestions from the Cypher Red Book that you can pick up if for some reason you don't want to go with the new foci. And lastly, oaths. A knight's oath is a lot like a character arc, except that, um, and I may be wrong here, but I don't think I missed anything. But anyway, this stays with your character forever. So, what would usually happen with a character arc is that you pick one up and that becomes a drive for your character, something that the GM can use on GM intrusions, for example. With the oaths, however, they stay with your character. So it seems like you get rewarded each time your knight is able to complete aspects of their oath when they ride out, and don't get rewarded when they obviously fail to complete aspects of their oath. Before moving on, I just want to say tisk tisk. Shame, MCG. No Forgesmith type? Where's the founder for those at Castle True who craft the knight's weapons? I mean, yeah, Argon and Kobold could be affiliated with the Forgesmiths of Castle True, but I would have liked something already there. Well, guess I'll just have to found it myself. Seraphus the Forge Master, whose legacy not only inspires the current Forgesmiths of Castle True, but the foci of crafts unique objects, and maybe flavor up the Stormbringer with some technological flavor there too for a Chromomancer, Supercrafter. Yeah, okay, going on with it. Next up is the tools of the knights, most specifically their blessed weapon and crafted steed. So the blessed weapons come in all normal categories of firearm: pistols, shotguns, and rifles. But it's more than that. As stated previously, your blessed weapon levels up with you, and you can use 4xp to gain additional abilities for your blessed weapon too. There's lists for all 6 tiers too. Likewise, the Knight's Crafted Steed has the same leveling, with tiers of abilities that the motorcycles can gain. Gotta admit, the Tron Light Cycle like Light Wall ability is fucking sick. Additionally, there's some expanded vehicle rules for the Knights on their crafted steeds here too, essentially expanding on the idea that normal Cypher characters are considered to be experienced enough to know basic things. Likewise, knights on their crafted steeds don't need to make basic vehicle checks. They are assumed to be competent already. We then get ciphers, and there's some really creative ciphers in here, as well as validations, shall I say, uh, or the way I've been running my ciphers based on ciphers level. I'm not specifically targeting anyone with that, just chatter I've had with the community, but it is nice that the way I did things seems to carry some water with one of the designers at MCG2. I don't have just 1 or 2 ciphers I can give an example for, but there's lots of, shall we say, knight, blessed weapon, crafted steed, and tactical ciphers in here. I like it. Not really anything for artifacts in here, but considering the blessed weapon and crafted steeds, uh, is it that much of a loss? No, no, it is not. This leads us into the world of Sankara, which is a whole lot of lore and history. I've been kind of sprinkling this stuff into the review, so I won't go in too deep. Plus, get the book. I mean, have I not given you enough good reason as to why you should be getting this book yet? The lore is awesome. Anyway, remember when I said that this book doesn't have any new artifacts? Okay, there are. These are the new great artifacts, wonders apparently created by the first humans who arrived on Sankara, who forged the world to their needs. These artifacts, compared to a lot of previous examples from the Cypher system, have both lesser and greater abilities in the same excess that a regular artifact would have as a whole. Um, some of these are really cool, some are very imaginative, and some are very Decepticon. By that I mean someone weaponized the terraforming technology, and it is fucking cool. So the rest of the book comes to GMing tips for running Gunslinger Knights, the creatures, and then two adventures: the Blue Knight and the Vile Heart. This essentially rounds out the book. So let's move on to. What's my conclusion here? It's a good fucking book. Honestly, if you were in need of a new setting from the folks at Montecook Games, I don't think you could have asked for better. Humans in knightly full plate armor with arcane firearms, riding across barren wastelands to fight the horrors of cosmic hell on magically infused motorcycles, all of which has power ups and levels to it. And the lore they've woven for the setting. Okay, I've kind of been touching on this throughout this discussion, but also to a great level of my channel. Uh, this is the difference between veteran designers and newbies. I'm not saying new designers can't come up with something. Sure, they can. But a designer who's been in the industry for 40 years, worked across multiple titles, multiple systems, multiple genres, you get a feel for what's been before, and that gives you the leg up to inject new ideas. Are they going to be new ideas for everyone? Of course not. But to a stagnating hobby that predominantly circles around fantasy, new is desperately needed. Would I run Gunslinger Knights as is? Maybe. Would I run Gunslinger Knights with an Aussie twist? Oh, fuck yes. What's the Aussie twist? Well, it's not that everyone is suddenly Australian. I'm talking about touches to the environment. For example, a lot of Sankara actually reminds me of Australia, but the art only touches on that actual look of this country in one picture. Uh, did you know the Aussie outback is actually very red? And vegetation out there has more yellow and blue coloration, more than green? Yeah, fucking alien world. So that's one of those things that I would change, giving Sankara more Aussie outback descriptions. Second, make the hellstorms that spew out the horrors, don't be afraid to make them walls of wind, sand, fire, and rage. Honestly, the heavy dust storms that hit in the outback are practically like that, or like the mist from the mist. One minute it's sunshine, next minute it's darkness and constant roaring. Alternatively, absolutely make those hailstorms just massive hurricanes of fire. Like, fuck it. And yes, that happens here too. Don't ask. Why do you think we uh, don't take bushfires lightly? Uh, Lastly, I would add the ultimate weapon to fight the horrors, the weapon every Aussie has used in their life because its versatility and ease of access. I dub it the yeah, nah, mate. See, I've seen the creatures of the crawling deep from the creature section. Don't tell me you didn't look up Aussie creatures. So, what's the yeah, nah, mate look like? It's a thong, or as the Yanks call it, a flip flop. And it has the power to instantly smite a horror of the crawling deep. Trust me, I've smited more than my fair share of the venomous bastards. Anyway, yeah, this setting looks so fun. I think, without a doubt, make tweaks to it, make it feel like your own, because the base work here is absolutely fantastic. Well, that was fun. Not 100% sure, but I don't think I've done a video this long in a while. Still waiting for that right sale so I can upgrade my video editing gear to make this process better, but money is a factor. And what would I rather? To invest in the production quality of my channel or to collect more Lego? I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's the Lego. You think I give a fuck about this channel? This is a hobby, and it will never be anything more than that. Oh well. I'm sure I've got other stuff going on, but my current Lego and channel overhaul are taking a bit of time to finish, so they'll happen when they happen. Otherwise, yeah, think that's about it. Oh, Monte Cook Games are going to be doing a backer kit at some point for the new evolved Cypher System, or CE, or Cypher Evolved. So support that if you want, or don't. It's compatible with all the prior Cypher stuff, so no biggie either way. Um, okay, yeah, now I'm done. Next, let's do the thing. Later, space dogs.